Yes, sir. Wagwan. This is the Sports Time Zone. Yours truly, Brother Numsi, alongside my man Q the Big.
Good.
My man and my number one, my ace, my brother, coming back to the show, stepping in, filling in for my man TZ Dave. I got today's co-host, the incomparable one, Deezil. Holla at the folks.
What up, though, man? It's good to be here. The week of Thanksgiving, it's always good. You know what I'm saying? Today was my last day at work. I'm going to go back to Friday, man. Living the American dream.
You and me both, bro. And thanks taken, because that's exactly what we know how this country got established. Y'all don't be eating this turkey and not act like y'all don't know how America got this land. So we're gonna keep it 100 here. Shout out to TZ Dave though. TZD, he out there doing his thing, getting that turkey and that cranberry sauce and all that ready for Wednesday. I'm sorry, for Thursday. TZ Dave, put a plate to the side for your boy. You know we gonna eat good. Anyway, man, we got a really dope show today. Make sure before we even get started, y'all follow us on IG. We still trying to run it up. Follow us at sportstime_zone. That's sportstime_zone. Make sure y'all holla, follow us, all that. We getting the numbers up. We putting up dope content. So make sure y'all show that love and support. Also, make sure you hit the like, the share, subscribe if you're watching on YouTube or any other platform you're watching on. Make sure you like and you share it. Shout out to everybody that looks out, all of our little sponsors that hook us up. You know, goodlifeclothing.com with the dope gear, KE Creations with the fly logos and all of that. And then my man Gene Hennigan also out there doing his thing with the digital graphics, graphic design, all of that. But let's just jump straight into the show, fellas, man. It's a good, this is like one of my favorite times of the year for sports. We got the Thanksgiving Day football games in the NFL. And then next month, you know, we got Christmas around the corner. We got all the NBA games for Christmas. But also, this is the time of year when we start to see what the college bowl pictures are going to look like. And the big talk been out there. It's been a lot of talk. It's been a lot of smoke about who gonna make it, who ain't gonna make it, who's doing their thing, who ain't doing their thing. But one thing is for sure, and we gotta say this: the Colorado Buffaloes, and they are the Colorado Buffaloes, I believe so. They were playing really well for a good chunk of time or a good span of the season. And then we didn't really hear too much about why they were making noise and doing their thing. But then all of a sudden, when they have a stumble or stump they toe, now all of a sudden here come the naysayers and everybody coming down on them. So my question, Deezil, is this. Is this a residual effect of Coach Prime? Like, is there some kind of animosity that people seem to have with Coach Prime? If so, what is the issue? Why is it that it seemed like when the boys was doing good, nobody was talking about them, but now that they, stumbled and staggered, now all of a sudden, here comes the torrential downpour. What's going on with that, Deezil?
Misery loves company, man. Like, and it's sad, man, because 2 years ago, Colorado won one football game. One. The next year, Coach Prime first year, they won 4. At one point, they was 4-2, and then they lost 6 games in a row in the end of the season. And everyone was like, oh, he don't know what he's doing, yada, yada, yada. Coach Prime told everyone that he was going to get some defensive linemen, he was going to get some offensive linemen, he was going to get some better coaches. Here we are now. They got 8 wins and 3 losses, man. And people are saying that he's overrated as a coach, that they're overrated as a team. And I don't get it, man. And when I say people, it's mostly black people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's why. Let's call it what it is. It be our own people. I don't get that. And I don't understand. It's like, okay, and I remember this too very clearly and vividly last season when Colorado started running into issues and they started losing games. I noticed it was mostly our people that was coming out. They was online, like LOL. And, I guess, you done transferred from the HBCU, but you ain't doing nothing for Colorado and all of this hype. Prime can't win. He shouldn't have never let his son just walk in and take the starting quarterback job. It was getting hate on Shador. It was getting hate on the whole Sanders family. And again, it was coming from our own people. So I don't get it. Why do it seem to be our people that whenever we start, somebody start doing well within our community, if certain people don't take a liking to that person, then they just shit on them.
I think honestly, bro, we the only culture that think that if you win, that means that I lose. When it's like, bro, we both can win. You know what I'm saying? And the only reason we competing against each other is because the white man forced us to do that in slavery. You know what I'm saying? And back then it was life or death. So I get it. I had to fight you because I was trying to feed my family. But them days is over, man. And so the thing about it that really bothered me the most is that I don't think the black people that's hating understand how important it is for Coach Prime to do things his way. Like up until now, the only way that you can become a coach at that level is to coach at high school, go to a college, and then get this type of opportunity. But it had to be a path that the powers that be wanted you to take. But instead, Coach Prime started with his AAU team, his 6 and under team, coached them because he couldn't get a coaching job anywhere else. Grew up with those same kids, coached them in high school because he couldn't get a coaching job anywhere else. Goes to Jackson State because he couldn't get a coaching job anywhere else. Take the same people, same coaches. Now he's in the Big 12 coaching on the largest stage next to the NFL. And he's creating his own path, but more importantly, he's creating jobs for people who would not have got those jobs. So the more he wins, the more opportunities that's created for any coach that has the skill to coach, but may not have the coach's resume. Like how many times have you applied for a job and you couldn't get the job because you didn't have the experience, but you had the qualifications? It's like, how can I get the experience unless you give me an opportunity? Sometimes you got to create your own opportunity, man. And so if he wins, it's a good thing. Like, I'm a Florida State fan. You know what I'm saying? But seeing Coach Prime win is a win for me as a Florida State fan, but it's a win for me as a black college football fan. You know what I'm saying? Because my team is trash, but I've tuned in to watch them every week because I'm rooting for history being made, man. I don't care about the Colorado Buffaloes. I don't care about the Big 12. I care about a coach being a trailblazer and creating opportunities, man.
That's huge. That's huge, man. Yo, Q, we might need a round of applause for Deezil on that one because, man, that was huge, man. That's kind of the way I was looking at it as well. And I just didn't understand where the hate was coming from. But the way you just broke it down and articulated, it makes complete and total sense. But it doesn't make it any better that we as a people seem to do that to one another. And that could be in anything, not even just the Coach Prime. But I noticed that when certain celebrities out there or certain successful people, black people, get into any kind of trouble or do anything out of the ordinary, our people are the first ones to come down with great vengeance and fury on them. I mean, we will scathe them, like we will go in on them worse than any other nationality or race will go in on them. I mean, and it's across the board.
Like give people like a prime example, man. I've known you for years, going on 10 years, right?
Definitely.
I had a podcast back in 2015, 2016, doing podcasts before anyone started doing podcasts. Last year, you decided to start a podcast. The first thing I did was call you like, hey, bro, this is dope.
You did.
This is what I know. I could have been one of them dudes like, man, but I've been doing this. Like, your podcast have more views than my podcast ever had. You know what I'm saying? Because back when I was doing it, wasn't no one watching. So that's like me coming on like, I've been doing this longer. Y'all wasn't cheering for me. Bro, I want to see people win.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The first thing I did is I wanted to be a part of what you was doing. You know what I'm saying?
That's what you said to me too. That's exactly what you said to me. And I remember the conversation real vividly because that's what actually sparked me to even want to keep going harder. But yeah, you did. You called me, let me know what I was doing was dope. It was a great idea. And by you already having your platform and doing your thing, I kind of looked at that as, ways to mold what I'm doing. And it was just uplifting. And I asked you, I was like, yo, what is it about this that makes you want to help? Because I know a lot of people, when they see other people doing good things or doing something in the same lane that they doing, their first instinct or reaction is to hate. Is to hate on them or not show love, or I ain't gonna give you no views. I ain't gonna share your video. I ain't gonna watch. But yours was the opposite. You was like, now I have a peer. Now I have a peer in the same lane. So again, we're not gonna get anywhere as a people by ourselves individually. The best way for us to do it is to hold each other down. We surround yourself with a network of people that got the same vision and the same mentality and the same drive as you are, then you're bound to succeed, because strength is always in numbers. And if any one of you stumble or fall, you got enough strength and stability around you that's going to help bring you up and boost you too. You know what I'm saying? So, shout out to Deezil. And again, shout out to everybody who didn't start shitting on Coach Prime when he went down. And we want to see this. We need more Coach Primes out there. We need this example to actually come to light. So y'all stop hating and show love. I ain't gonna spend too much more time on that. But yeah. Oh man. Speaking of college football though, we got the college football playoffs coming up. And Q, if I'm not mistaken, is this the first year they expanded it to 12 teams?
I believe that is correct. Yep.
Okay.
It's a little more interesting, a lot less whining, but it's more fair. So it's gonna be very interesting.
I'm with that. I like the 12-team playoff. Because I felt like just having what it was before, 4 teams, a 4-team playoff. That wasn't nearly enough to encompass it and bring everybody, who deserved to be there to the big show. So I like the 12-team playoff. What we're going to do now is we're going to take a quick look at a projected playoff bracket. Not, this isn't in stone or anything like that. This is just what is projected or what's possible. And we're just going to glance at it real quick. Anything that stands out to you? I mean, I will say this. I like where they have my Hurricanes. This projected that my Hurricanes are going to win our conference. We're going to win the ACC championship, and we should get one of those guaranteed slots to play the winner of Georgia and Penn State. But Deezil, just looking at this in a big overview, anything on there that you like, anything you think they are not taking into account? Do you got somebody different in there who is not showing? What are you thinking as far as who makes the college football championship?
Because looking at the bracket as it stands, man, them Georgia boys is going to be tough, of course. Like,
yeah, Georgia's
let me start off by saying I like that the conference champions get a bye week.
Yeah, I like that.
But now, if you're not a conference champion, you're going to have to win 4 games to win a championship.
Mm-hmm.
If you are a conference champion, you have to win 3 games to win a championship.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a lot of games. You got to play well at least 3 times to win a chip, as opposed to in the past you had to play well 1 time to get into the championship game, and then you gotta win. As it stands, man, I look at these brackets: Georgia and Penn State in week 1. I think the Georgia will take that, and then you got a Georgia versus Miami matchup. Then you got Indiana versus Ole Miss.
There's some good matchups. I like
then you got Indiana versus Texas, and then Bama versus Notre Dame. I think they got to make Notre Dame join somebody's conference, bro. I think, I think that because we'll mess around and see Notre Dame in the playoff every year with the way things are, with them not having a conference. And they can't beat no one that matters.
Yeah.
Bama versus Oregon could be a really good game because Bama ain't what they used to be, and Oregon's
I think
been.
that's going to be a much better game than people are letting on to.
Yeah,
People think that
Oregon got something for them.
Yeah, like I know, and Oregon is a phenomenal offensive team, but I think Bama matches up nice with them. I think that will be a nice matchup to see.
I will say, I think that the semifinals, I mean, possibly getting Ohio State versus Bama in the semis, or Ohio State versus Oregon again in the semis could be good. Overall, man, I think that the era of the undefeated champion is done.
It's got to be, yeah.
From here on out, we're going to get used to a one-loss, two-loss champion because all you got to do is get in, and if you get in, anything can happen, you know?
And that's the beauty of the 12. That's why there's so much storylines and parity that we're going to see in the 12-team playoffs, because now you got teams that probably would not have even seen each other under any other circumstances, maybe in a bowl game or something like that. But now they're playing in a game that could lead them to a championship. Like, you know, like, and I love it. I love the Miami versus Texas possibility. You know, I want to see that happen. All my peoples that I know, Texas and Austin, for me to be able to talk shit to all of them. Yo, I swear. Let me say this right now. Let me just look in the camera right now, and I'm gonna say this.
Let's go, Texas.
I'm gonna say this, and that's for you two to beat too. This is for all of you hookums out there. I swear for God, if we meet each other in the playoffs and my Hurricanes win, I am gonna be unbearable. Y'all boys ain't gonna be around y'all. It ain't going. I'm not even gonna be fun to hang around. I'm gonna be sarcastic. I'm gonna be a smart ass. Y'all gonna low key get tired of me. I don't want our friendship to be put on notice, but y'all gonna see so much of this. I'm gonna change my profile picture to this, and then I'm gonna post it on every single one of my Texas residents pages all over. So yeah, I'm gonna say that. But yeah, Q, good luck to your Longhorns. Good luck. I know y'all in a good
We'll be all right.
Y'all in a good position right now.
That the real winners of this, man, are the players. I think there's gonna be opportunities for these players to play on bigger stages, so that you are a consistent winner, which is gonna increase draft stocks.
Yeah.
You know, like Max. You know, is that Boise State? Is that who's ranked number 4?
Yeah. Yeah,
so that's the thing. Like, I think in the playoffs, if their running back does what he's been doing, that's the stuff that gets you drafted at the top of the draft. Because, you know, right now, running backs don't get a lot of love in the draft. You know, I think you can get you a back in the 3rd, 4th round. You know,
right.
You know, and so it's a chance for the players to play on bigger stages, man. And I think we finally gonna start getting a real champion. I think for so many years there's been so much controversy. Last year is the best example. Florida State, Power 5, they basically doing the same thing that y'all doing right now. Basically doing the same thing that Miami doing, and y'all going to get in like Florida State didn't get a chance to last year.
I definitely think this year's champion is probably going to be the most tested and proven champion that we've seen in the bowl era. We've seen it, you know, in the past where you had powerhouse teams that went against each other for the championship, when it was always 1 against 2, 1 against 2, 1 against 2. Now 12 has a chance to knock somebody off. You know what I'm saying? 10 has a chance to do it.
Look at our first Cinderella champion.
Exactly. And I feel like they should take a page out of the NCAA men's basketball tournament. I know people give the NCAA tournament a lot of flack because there's so many teams. It's like, oh, ain't nobody trying to see Slippery Rock University play against North Carolina. Well, every once in a while, one of these Slippery Rock ass teams, they come in there and they knock off one of these, you know, big, what they call them, you know, powerhouse conference teams. So,
and what do we see in the NBA? Dudes get drafted who wouldn't have got drafted. You see a Jameer Nelson. Remember them?
Yeah, yeah.
Like
100%, bro. So it does happen. So I think this year's playoffs is probably going to be the most entertaining college football playoffs that we've ever seen up to date. It's going to be the most tested champion, and it's going to be a lot of storylines going through this whole thing. So y'all definitely make sure. And I think ESPN is going to do a bracketology for the first time with the football tournament. So y'all make sure y'all fill out y'all brackets out there. We're going to do a bracket here probably on the next episode. Once the teams are finally established and we know who's going to be playing who, then we'll do a bracket right here on the Sports Time Zone, ladies and gentlemen. So y'all make sure y'all lay around for that. Now let's switch gears a little bit. We done talked a little bit about college football, and I switch it over to the NFL. This is also the time of year in the NFL season where these teams are starting to make their playoff push. You know, it's teams that we didn't think would even have a chance to make the playoffs that got a possible. My Dolphins, ladies and gentlemen. My Dolphins, I told y'all, I said this. I know a couple weeks ago I said our season is over because Tua was hurt, blah, 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 blah. Forget all that shit that I said. Forget all that. I ain't never say that. That ain't never happened. What I'm saying now is we basically control our destiny. If we win out, which is still a tall order, if we win out, we got a chance to make the playoffs. So now how much noise we can do in the playoffs, that's a whole nother story. But I had to throw that out there that my Dolphins are still hanging in there, and we still got a chance to take that very last playoff spot in the AFC. Speaking of AFC, go ahead.
Y'all don't want it, bro, because y'all have to go play somewhere cold. Y'all do not want it. Like y'all do. Like the Dolphins is a wild card. Might as well not make the playoffs, bro. Because y'all going to Buffalo or Baltimore, bro. Y'all going to Buffalo or Baltimore.
That's our Achilles heel, man.
Y'all best bet is y'all play the Texans. Like that's the best bet if
we get lucky.
The Texans and play a warm team, bro.
If we get lucky and luck up and get the Texans, you know, but then that's a tough team to beat still. So I don't know how lucky we would be to get the Texans, but yeah, to your point. But that's got to end sometime. I mean, the sun got to shine on the dog's ass once in a blue moon. So at some point, we have to win a cold weather playoff game. This shit cannot last forever. At some point, we're gonna have to do it. Maybe why not this year? You know,
y'all
so we'll
the Miami Dolphins. You know, the Dolphins, bro. The Miami Dolphins. Even y'all mascot don't even want to be out there, bro. It's like
the water's frozen.
Hey, that's true, man. Dolphins don't like cold weather. It's the frozen fish out there, but we'll see. But so speaking of the AFC, let's stay over in the AFC then. It's a couple of AFC teams that is at the top of the line right now, the top of the list on who's favorite to get to the championships. And I see you, Q, to beat. I already know one of the teams, of course, is the Kansas City Chiefs. Your Chiefs, Q. There's also the Buffalo Bills now. The Buffalo Bills. We've got the Pittsburgh Steelers, right? And then, and let's not forget the Baltimore Ravens. So, of those teams, Deezil, of those teams I just named, who as of right now do you see the best AFC team out of that group, and who do you think would possibly represent the AFC in the Super Bowl?
If it ain't broke, don't fix it, man. You know, I can't bet against Patty Mahomes in the AFC, man. And the reason being is he not afraid of the Bills in the playoffs. He has no reason to. He's seen this movie before.
Right.
He ain't afraid of the Ravens in the playoffs. Ain't no reason to. Honestly, I think that the biggest threat to the Chiefs is going to come from the Chargers, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I think that the Chargers defense is the real deal, and they don't beat themselves. I think at the end of the day, man,
the Chargers,
in a close game, Patrick Mahomes knows how to win it. I think that the Bills look good, but they don't really got as good an offense as people think they do.
So the Bills are a BBL. They look good, but they ain't really. Well, once you get get going, it ain't really what you. The
It
feel
ain't, bro,
ain't what.
because they rely on the white boy too much. Like, as good as
Okay.
Josh Allen is, if Josh
Yeah.
Allen doesn't play his best, the Bills lose. If Patty Mahomes don't play his best, Chiefs win by field goal. Because, you know,
Yeah.
like, because
I think last year the Super Bowl episode, you said Josh Allen was the N-word.
he is a nigga, bro. He is Lamar Jackson. That's what he is. He
said
is
that.
Lamar Jackson with a better arm.
Let
He's Lamar Jackson with a better arm, bro.
me get this out there. All of my viewers, or my white viewers, y'all know better. Don't just because y'all heard on the Sports Times that y'all don't get it effed up. don't get yourself in trouble. But go ahead, Deezil.
I think, man, at Arrowhead, the Chiefs find a way to get healthy when it matters. And I think that in the regular season, Patrick Mahomes tries things to see what he got. I think in the playoffs, they got better play calling.
Right.
They're going to be able to run the ball so they can win ugly or they can win pretty. Like, it's whatever type of game that you want to play. So I think they're the most complete team in the AFC. I will say that the Ravens probably can beat them, but they got to play perfect. Like, they got to play perfect, and their defense, you know, ain't that, you know, so.
So no love to Pittsburgh. You don't believe in Sierra Wilson?
They can't score enough points. They can't get in the end zone. Like, the how they were struggling to score against the Ravens.
Yeah.
To me, I think the Chiefs got a better defense than the Ravens. You know, so if you couldn't get a touchdown against the Ravens, I think you're going to struggle to score against the Chiefs, you know? And I think that you don't beat Patrick Mahomes with field goals, man.
And that's what I also think. People also, and I love Baltimore, but people give Baltimore their offense too much credit. To me, Baltimore is not a phenomenal offensive team that's just going to put up a whole lot of points. Their offense isn't even really predicated to putting up a lot of points. They don't throw the deep ball that much. They rely heavily on the run. My man, you know, Lamar Jackson is not really what you would consider a stand there, pick you apart pocket passer. So they're predicated on grinding it down, try to, you know, clock control, ball management, time management kind of team. So to think that they're going to go up in there and just light up anybody, it's not going to make it. It's not going to happen. It's not going to see no blood clot thing like that happen. What you will see happen with them is if they're clicking, then defensively, which they should be, defensively able to hold teams down enough to where they can win games with field goals or whatever. Like that's their goal. But yeah, to your point, Deezil, I think like they ain't gonna score. If they have trouble scoring on Kansas City, then they're gonna have trouble scoring on pretty much any of the perennial teams that are in the AFC. So I don't know about Baltimore. I don't know about Pittsburgh either, but I do like Kansas City and I do like Buffalo a little bit for the AFC. So, but like you, if it ain't broke, don't break it. I'm going with Kansas City Chiefs until I'm proven wrong. So Kansas City Chiefs, shout out to you, Q to beat. Now let's switch this thing over to the NFC. NFC, we know who ain't gonna be in the Super Bowl representing the NFC. The Cowboys. Every chance I get, I'm gonna kick y'all Cowboys while y'all every bomber clad chance me get me, I go kick you and your blood clad face so possible. Mr. Deezil, we got Green Bay Packers. We got Philadelphia Eagles.
Nope.
We got the Washington Commanders. We got your Detroit Lions.
What up, though? Man.
And then we possibly, I don't even know. Like, we got Seattle. So, I don't know. With those teams that I just mentioned, and anybody who I left out, who you feeling in the NFC that's probably going to take this thing? Who do you like in the NFC? And then I'll tell you who I like. We're going to go from there.
I got to go with the Lions.
Of course.
I think, so this is what I think about to happen, man. I think that my Bucks is going to get in as a wild card. I think that, or we can win our division still. That's what I'm saying. I think we can win our division and end up playing Philly, you know. and we can beat Philly. You know, the Bucks can beat Philly. I'm not sold on Philly as a whole because Jalen Hurts is not that dude. I think you look at how Miami couldn't win without Tua. I think Philly can win without Hurts. You know, because I don't think he is as important to their team. I think right now it's all about the run game. I think that the Lions will be able to beat Philly because the Lions are number 4 in stopping the run. You know, and so I think people forget about that. And the reason the Lions are so good at stopping the run is because who do they practice against? They practice against 2 of the best running backs in the league every week. So they're good at stopping the run. You know, and I think the Lions are built to win because even if one of our backs got hurt, knock on wood, that just means more carries for the other back. And the offensive line is the real deal. The Lions have scored a rushing touchdown in 22 straight games. They haven't
so you
allowed
feel like
multiple.
So hold on. Let me rewind this real quick. You said that you feel like Tampa Bay can beat Philly.
Yes. Tampa Bay has beat Philly the last 3 times we played them. We beat them earlier this year. We beat them in the playoffs last year. Like, Tampa Bay owns Philly, bro. Like, look at the record. Like, we whooped them this year. We whooped them last year in the playoffs. We whooped them in the regular season last year. Like,
they did.
They beat us. Styles make fights. For whatever reason, we got their number.
I hear you.
Yeah, they did.
And this sports time zone is a receipt right here. This is a whole receipt. So we're going to keep this receipt.
And so then
we're going to see. I would love for Tampa to do it, though.
I think, man, Tampa can still win their division. The Falcons is in first place. Come on, man. We ain't really worried. Like, if we win out, we still get the division. I think Washington is good, but they're not ready. You know, the Vikings, you know, are better than the Packers. People talk about the Packers. Let me tell you about the Packers, man. Jordan Love is 6-3 his last 9 starts, right? Jordan Love has threw 11 interceptions, right? 11 interceptions this year. So
he didn't throw one in the last game, did he? I think the last game.
He didn't. But Jordan Love is averaging 1.4 interceptions a game this season. 1.4, which means he throw at least 1 every game. So, but just to put it in perspective, Jordan Love has started 36 games for the Green Bay Packers. Jordan Love has threw 25 interceptions. This is what he does. Jordan Love is an interception machine. He's going to keep throwing interceptions. So I'm not sold on them because they throw a lot of interceptions, bro. Like, he got a problem. He got 11 in 9 games. He got a problem. No one's saying nothing about it, bro, but dude threw 11 last year. No one said nothing because he threw 32 touchdowns. This year, he threw 11, and we still got 6 games left to play. You know, and he averaging 1.4 a game. So he still got 6 more interceptions in him at least. You know? So I'm not sold on them. You know, I think that the Vikings are the biggest threat, you know?
So Minnesota Vikings is who you like. Well, the Vikings and the Lions. So those 2 are your top NFC teams. Okay. Yeah. I'm feeling that. The Washington started off really, really hot, but I think that rookie wall might be creeping up on your boy, the quarterback, Daniels, he is Daniels, right? That's okay. Yeah. Jaden Daniels. I like him a lot, but I just don't know. I was telling Q last episode, I don't know if a rookie can take this same type of performance into the playoffs when the games start really counting. And you notice now that the games are starting to really count and it's starting to get a little to the nitty gritty, he kind of turning into a pumpkin a little bit. You know, when Cinderella, you remember what happened at midnight, like when her carriage turned to a pumpkin. That's what it kind of looked like is happening to my man Jaden Daniels. I hope that's not the case because I want to see him do well, but every rookie goes through this and every rookie hits a wall at some point. So I don't know about Washington. For Philly, I like Philly, but Saquon Barkley almost has to be superhuman, which he is kind of superhuman. I don't know some of the stuff y'all seen him doing when he jumped backwards over somebody that was trying to tackle him. This nigga jumped and spun around and jumped backwards over somebody. I ain't never seen nobody do that in a football game. Saquon Barkley did that. He's a phenomenal athlete. But without him, if you remove Saquon from the Philadelphia Eagles, I don't know that anybody fears them at all. They fear Saquon, but I don't know that they fear anything else about Philly. Their offensive line is playing well, but their defensive secondary is still garbage. And when I talk about y'all, their secondary is still trash, extremely trash. But the rest of their, team around them is good. But they got a couple of flaws, so I'm not really sold on them yet.
But that's how you see. And the thing is, the reason I like the Lions over Philly is because the way you beat a team like that is you just score points and get them in the hole so they stop running the ball. And that's what the Lions do well. The Lions score touchdowns quickly. The Lions put up points in the first half, and we're going to make you throw the ball. And Hurts' arm ain't been right since he had that damn surgery. Dude has no velocity on the ball. Like, you think about who he's throwing the ball to. He got better weapons than your boy Tua.
A.J. Brown,
and Devontae Adams.
Yeah. He got weapons.
It's no reason that he can't, but he can't sit in the pocket and sling the rock because he can't throw. His arm is shot. And so they gotta run the ball. Like they got to. And if you stop the run, they have nothing. Unlike us, we can run and throw, and we do balance. And they're not a very balanced football team.
Not at all. I like Minnesota. That's a good pick as well to throw in there. But I guess, all in all, when I look at the NFC in its totality and who I'm liking out of all of those teams, I guess I would go with you on the Vikings, Minnesota, because Minnesota does have a pretty complete team. And I like Detroit too. Don't get it twisted at all. I like Detroit. But isn't Sam Darnold still the quarterback in Minnesota?
Yeah.
He's been playing lights out this year. He's been playing really well. His career has kind of revived itself. So I don't know. I like them to continue to do what they do. So I like Detroit and I like Minnesota as the top of my NFC. Now I know a lot of Philly fans. I could already hear y'all now. But see, what about the Philadelphia Eagles? We're on fire right now. Yeah, y'all playing good right now. But when the playoffs start, we see what happened. Remember last year, y'all started the season on fire, and then y'all turned into a pumpkin about halfway through the season. So y'all ain't even finished the season strong, and then you was one and done. TZ came on the show, and he was like, y'all boys going to get in the playoffs, and y'all going to lose the first game. And that's exactly what Bomba Clot happened. You get in the blood clot thing, and then you're done. One round.
Speaking of your boy Sam Darnold, man, you say he's playing well. He is. But he done threw 10 interceptions,
Yeah, but who doesn't throw interceptions in this league, Deezil? Everybody throw interceptions.
Man, not that many.
It's part of the game. Who has the fewest interceptions in the league is probably somebody who's not even really a contender.
No, it's not. No, it's your boy Lamar Jackson. He done threw 3 of them and then threw like 26 touchdowns. That's what I'm saying. Like he playing lights out.
But okay, where are they positioned? He's not at the top of the NFC. His team doesn't lead. He's not. They're good. Okay, Baltimore is really good, but they're not top of the pack good, are they? What's their record?
They're 7-4.
Okay, that's respectable. One of the better teams. So, but yeah, Lamar Jackson is almost an anomaly. But people do throw picks. I get it. I don't like to grade people based on that, but I see your point, Deezil. If you throwing that many picks and you giving the other team the ball back that many times, then it's going to come back and bite you in the ass. And can't nobody win the Super Bowl throwing that many picks. So I get it.
To put it in perspective, Bo Nix then only threw 6 of them.
And he's a rookie. That's crazy.
That's what I'm saying.
That's crazy
It's about
stat.
Decision making, man. You can't get a ball away like that.
That's a crazy stat, and that's a good point. But at the same time, Jameis Winston, he throws as many picks as he throws touchdowns, but he's turned Cleveland around, and he always seems to get in there and he wins games. So, will he win a championship? I don't know. But throwing picks, all I'm saying, necessarily doesn't, determine whether or not a team is going to be successful. But anyhow, that's into my rant. So Deezil got Detroit in the NFC. I got Detroit or Minnesota in the NFC. So we'll see how that plays out. Y'all drop in the comments. Who do y'all think is the best team in the AFC right now, and who do y'all think is the best team in the NFC right now? Drop it in the comments. We checking comments, and we gonna be copying. We gonna be responding for the rest of the show. Shout out to you, Kev. I see you, Kev. Shout out to you in the New York Knicks, in New York, everything in the building. Shout out to my man Marvin Wallace. I see you. He got the Vikings and the Eagles representing the NFC. Goff is a civilian quarterback. He's not a Super Bowl. I see you, Marvin. I see my man.
Shut up, Marvin.
Yeah.
Marvin is hating from my page. Marvin is a Bills fan, and he mad the Lions about to tap the Bills' asses in 2 weeks. So he come on here. I appreciate the support, Marvin, but we don't need the hate here on Sports Time Zone. This is a family-friendly environment.
Hey, salute, Marvin. Hey, shout out to Daryl Millette in the building. He said Mahomes has only thrown 18 touchdowns to 11 interceptions. Cue the beat. I'm surprised you ain't speak up for your boy Mahomes in that. But shout out to Daryl in the building. West Coast, Oakland, California. I see you. That's what's up,
Daryl?
Yeah, so we in here. Yo, y'all keep them comments coming, but AFC, okay, Marvin says Buffalo hands down is gonna be the team for the AFC. So I can't be mad at that at all.
Hey, talk to him, Q. That man don't respect them Chiefs, Q.
No way. Y'all hear me?
Yeah. We hear you.
Yeah. I just let him talk, man. We just got how many in a couple years? You know,
that man running out of fingers, bro.
Yeah. We about to hold up about 5 rings in a minute. So.
Y'all could win all the championships y'all want to win as long as y'all don't do it in undefeated fashion. Because only one team in the history of football has ever won a Super Bowl in undefeated fashion, and y'all know who that is. 305, Miami, baby. 305.
We on a different mission. We try to be that only 3-peat and possibly 4-peat team that ever happened in the history.
Well, y'all ain't had no choice but to switch up the mission, because once y'all seen that undefeated mission aborted, then y'all know what it is. So, but anyway, salute to y'all anyway. This is the segment of the show where my man, the incomparable one, Deezil, who's blessed us with his presence today, has come to the show to deliver us this week's edition of the Deezil Dozens. If y'all know how this go, y'all know my man Deezil is one of the funniest personalities that you will ever find on YouTube, online, offline, wherever you at. Make sure you go to his YouTube page and support it and show love. But Deezil, the stage is yours. You got your 5 minutes uninterrupted. Go ahead and run the blood clot show.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to watching Kendrick Lamar perform at the Super Bowl as my Detroit Lions prevent this 3-peat. You know, so word on the street, they saying that if Lil Wayne flick his lighter, he about to do some more dope. Cause you're out your damn mind if you think that Lil Wayne Kendrick Lamar, man. I saw he came out for dropping a dope album out the blue, but I just want to focus on the whole Lil Wayne not getting the Super Bowl and all that crying he did, and I just want to put things in perspective. Lil Wayne is a hater. And the reason I say he's a hater is because him and Kendrick are peers. They've worked on songs. And so for Kendrick to become the first solo hip hop act to headline a Super Bowl is history. And Lil Wayne should have gave him a shout out because history is being made. See, Wayne didn't want the Super Bowl for the purpose of making history. Wayne wanted the Super Bowl so he could perform in his hometown in front of his people. But this is the first solo hip-hop act in Super Bowl history. You think about it, hip-hop is a black art. The NFL stands for Nigga Football League. It's a black league. How are we getting a black rapper generation headline, and it's one of the best rappers that we've ever had. We don't want a dope fiend with dreadlocks that's falling out of his head on the largest stage representing nigga culture, bro. We don't want him talking about doing drugs and sipping lean and all that on minstrel show. And the Super Bowl got it right by putting one of the most pro-black rappers we have on the largest stage in the world. And I know he's going to represent for Black American men at the highest level, man. And so, I got nothing against Lil Wayne. We all grew up loving Wayne. He's fun and entertaining, but there's levels to this. And to anyone out there that's hating on the new K-Dot album, it ain't for you. If you're not a hip-hop head, if you can't appreciate that, hip-hop has always been regional. When we grew up, every region had their own sound. That's what made hip-hop special. You know what I'm saying? The East Coast had their own sound. West Coast had their own sound. Florida had their own sound, and then the South. But notice I say Florida and the South. Because Florida created their own sound long before the South, you know what I'm saying, came up with a very different sound from Florida hip-hop.
Give him that history, Deezil. Give him that hip-hop history, Deezil. Give him that history.
It's supposed to be regional. So when a West Coast icon dropped album, when Dre dropped the fucking Chronic, we knew it was going to be West Coast hip-hop, and we loved it on the East and Midwest. We didn't hate it because the beats was different. We knew we was getting a ride on the West Coast, man. And same thing that when Master P and them dropped, we knew that we was getting some down south stuff that we couldn't get anywhere else. And that's what hip hop is about. So shouts out to K-Dot for putting on for regional hip hop and making the world appreciate where you from. Because if you don't represent where you from, we don't give a fuck where you at. That's all I got for you.
All right, good stuff, Deezil. That was fire. Yeah, appreciate that. Ladies and gentlemen, the incomparable one, Deezil Greasel, and today's Deezil Dozens moment brought to you by the incomparable one himself. So that's fire, yo. Real fire stuff. Now, we're going to segue into the part of the show where we break down and we look at the upcoming week of the NFL and we make our picks. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if those of y'all who don't know nothing about football, but you want to sound smart and you want to sound like you know what you're talking about, then just listen. Noomsy be knowing. Deezil be knowing. Q to B be knowing. We be knowing. So make sure y'all listen. If anybody asks y'all, hey, who do you think is going to win this game? Just listen to your boys right here on the Sports Time Zone, because we're going to tell you who's going to win. If I ain't right, then Q right. If Q ain't right, Deezil right. Or we both right, or we all right, or we don't know. So let's get it going. Without further ado, Q to beat. Run the ball.
Let's get it on today's segment of Who Y'all Got. Let's get it, y'all. All right, Thursday Night Football. That's coming up on Thanksgiving.
Oh, yes. Let's get it.
Thanksgiving, let's get it. First game, Bears and the Lions. This looks like an easy one. Who y'all got?
Deezil going with the Lions. I'm going with the Lions too. Who you got?
Clean sweep.
Clean sweep for the Lions.
All right. Let's go right on over to the Giants and the Cowboys. Ooh-wee. This is a waste management game. Who y'all got?
You know what? I want Cowboys because I don't want them to get a high draft pick. Cowboys, because they gonna mess around. Like, only reason I'm going Cowboys is because I don't even know who the hell gonna play quarterback for the Giants. They talking about Tommy DeVito might not even play, bro. Like, this is bad, man. This is bad.
So you going with the Cowboys? Well,
on the cool, I don't think the Cowboys won a home game all year.
They have not. They have not. And for that very reason,
gotta go Cowboys.
For that very reason, plus anybody but Daniel Jones is quarterbacking for the Giants. I like the Giants. Hey, I like the Giants. Hey, you know what? Number one, nope, the Cowboys ain't won a home game all year. And number two, Daniel Jones is not quarterbacking for the Giants. So those two things combined together, I got the Giants. Q, who you got?
I'm gonna go with the Cowboys.
You going Cowboys? So Lone Ranger, I'll wear that. Right. I can already hear them in my inbox. I hear them Cowboy fans now. Nipsey, you a hater. You a Cowboy hater. Okay, yeah. I picked that. Fine. Next.
All right, let's get it. Dolphins. Your Dolphins. Versus the Panthers. You can ride with Jordan Love all year. Let's get it.
I have. I love Jordan. Yo, no pun, but yo, I love Jordan Love. That's my guy. You know, I say he's the quarterback of the future and all that. But with all that being said, I also say that my Dolphins are going to run the table and win out. And in order for us to make the playoffs, we got to win out. And it starts now on Thanksgiving. We ain't had a Thanksgiving game in quite some time. So with that being said, I like my Dolphins to win this one in cold-ass Lambeau Field. I like my Dolphins. Ooh, 27 degrees. We know which way Deezil going with this.
We got a high of 34 on Thanksgiving. We got a high of 34. Hey, honestly, I just want Tua to finish. It's cold out there, bro. Hey, keep your hands off that boy, man. Like, you know, his family just got him back. He'd have died 2 times in 2 years. Like, come on now. I think Jordan Love gonna throw some interceptions, man. Let's go Dolphins.
Okay. That's what I'm talking about. Who you got, Q? We got 2 for the Dolphins already. Who you got, Q? Let's go. Come on now.
I'm about to go. I'm gonna go with the Dolphins.
Okay, clean sweep.
I'm gonna go with the Dolphins. I think y'all boys got a little. Y'all got some momentum going from the last couple wins, so I think y'all got something going.
Y'all know him as Flipper. I know him as James, the nigga hating Dolphin. Shout out to Dave Chappelle.
Shout out to Chappelle. Yo, good one. All right, Q, who we got there?
All right, let's get it. We got my Chiefs at home versus the Raiders.
It's a waste of a damn game. It's a Black Friday. Y'all gonna beat the black off the Raiders uniform on Black Friday. It's a waste of a goddamn game.
Hopefully we get some good discounts on Black Friday.
Oh man, yeah, we could go ahead and pour out a little liquor for the Raiders, or pour out a little something, because man, this won't be a eulogy. I don't see them boys. This is gonna be a massacre. It's gonna be a funeral. The Raiders is coming dressed up for their funeral, and they already appropriately dressed. So
Chiefs by 3.
And it's gonna be cold too. Them boys ain't ready for that.
All right, clean sweep. All right.
All right, let's get it. Texans trying to rebound versus the Jaguars. Jaguars had a bye week, I believe.
Who they quarterback?
I think
Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor hurt. I don't even know who the Jaguars quarterback, bro.
Oh well, I don't know. So based on the fact that none of us know who the hell is their quarterback, hey, I'm gonna go with the Houston Texans, because the Houston Texans, man, them boys, like CJ Stroud been taking a lot of flack lately. Like I heard on the ESPN sports show, they was talking about, has CJ Stroud taken a step back? Dude, we prematurely crowned CJ Stroud. And you know, they do that to us quick too. It don't take but for like one, we could be kicking ass. Like we could be having a career season, but as soon as we lose 1 or 2 games in a row, they come down with us great vengeance and great fury. And it be our own people.
You know, they overlooked the important stuff. They injured. Like Diggs out. He just got Nico Collins back. So his number 1 target is pretty much out.
I still like Houston. Who y'all got?
I got Houston.
I think, man. I think that Stroud is where he's supposed to be. You know, he's only a second-year player. I don't know what they're expecting from him. Like, you know, I don't think they lose back-to-back weeks. I think they're going to figure it out. So, I'm going to Texas.
Clean sweep. All right. Next game, Colts to the Patriots. This is a good one.
I like Indy.
I'm going Patriots. I'm going Drew May. That's his name. I think he's been looking half decent out there.
Ironically, his name is Drake.
Drake May. No, nigga named Drake. I can't do it. Can't do it. You going Colts?
Don't do it.
For that reason, they're gonna lose. Their quarterback name is Drake. Drake's been taking L's for the last. Man, I can't. These Drake's been taking L's all year long, so I don't see it changing. Colts.
I'm gonna go with the Patriots.
All right,
you don't range on that one.
I'll take it.
All right, we got Chargers and the Falcons.
Chargers.
San Diego Chargers. I mean, I'm sorry, LA Chargers.
Yeah, I'm going with the Chargers. Chargers clean sweep.
Yeah.
Seahawks, Jets.
Seahawks.
Man.
The Jets are finished, man.
Man. Aaron can't go out like this. Aaron got to finish the season with some wins, bro. I'm going Jets.
I'm going Seahawks. You the Lone Ranger on that one.
Deezil is the Lone Ranger. All right.
Titans, Commanders. Titans off of big wins versus the Texans. Commanders took the L to the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Commanders.
I'm with the Commanders too.
Clean sweep, Commanders. Steelers, Bengals. This is a good one.
Bengals.
Ooh.
Man, Earls and Chase been playing lights out. I just don't know what's going on the defensive end of the ball, but that dude showed up every game.
I'm gonna have to go with Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is still probably hot about the way they lost that last game.
I'm gonna go with the Bengals, man. You the Lone Ranger on that one.
I'll
Burrow
take it.
threw 27 touchdowns against 4 picks, man. I think, dude.
That's really good. Steelers defense, though, man. Steelers they got a good D. So let's see.
All right, Cardinals, Vikings,
Minnesota.
I need the Cardinals to win this one, man. Cardinals.
You gotta stop going with your heart and go with your mind.
Didn't the Cardinals just manhandle the Niners?
They did, but they beat the Niners like twice this year. I think so. Yeah.
Seahawks, backdoor and lost to Gino. I'm gonna go with the Cardinals, though.
Okay, all right. Y'all just gonna leave me out to hang out to dry. I'm the Lone Ranger. All right. All right.
Rams and the Saints. Let's get it.
Rams. The Saints are a bad team. They are
Rams,
really
man. I mean, the Saints look better since they fired their coach, but I think the Rams are still a better organization overall, man.
Rams
back.
Rams, clean sweep.
Clean sweep it is.
All right. These are your Buccaneers.
Bug Nation.
Panthers. Who y'all got?
Bug Nation. Bryce Young ain't got enough of the stuff. Bryce does look better, which I'm happy for the brother,
Yeah, absolutely.
But he about to look bad again this week.
Yeah, I got the Bucks too. Baker Mayfield, the Bucks. I got them.
I got the Bucks.
Clean sweep.
Eagles Ravens. Oh, that's gonna be a game.
Game of the week.
Damn.
Eagles.
I gotta go Ravens, bro. I think Lamar gonna outplay Hurts. I think Saquon Henry gonna be a wash. So I gotta go Ravens.
I'm going with the Ravens too. This is gonna be a really good game.
Yeah.
Both of these teams' offensive lines are really good. So it's going to be hard to get to either of these quarterbacks, but I got the Ravens.
I'm going to have to go with the Eagles. I'm going to be the Lone Ranger on this.
Yeah, you going to have to,
Lone Ranger on this, make it interesting.
Lone Ranger, all right.
All right. 49ers, Bills. This is going to be a good one. Well,
Buffalo.
Brock Purdy. I don't think Brock Purdy.
Bills.
Buffalo.
I mean, it's gonna be cold.
Mm-hmm.
San Francisco going to the East Coast.
Yeah.
They ain't got their quarterback.
Yeah.
And,
All right, Bills clean sweep. All right, Browns and the Broncos. Broncos looking good. Bo Nix is looking pretty damn good.
It's gonna be a dog fight, man.
Monday night. It might snow too. That game might. If the Browns playing back-to-back snow games, that'll be crazy. But back-to-back night games too at that.
Yeah, it's gonna definitely snow. It's already, doing that shit.
Jameis got a couple more wins in them, bro. I think the Browns pull it out.
I'm with the Browns too.
Oh, you say you'll never go for the Browns again?
I know I did say that. Forget about that. Forget about it. I said I was never picking the Browns again, and here I am picking the Browns again. Noomsy be knowing though.
I'm gonna go with the Browns because the last time the Broncos played it, I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Browns. I'm gonna
Clean
go
sweep.
Clean sweep.
All
That's
right.
for our picks.
That's our picks, ladies and gentlemen. That's another edition of Who Y'all Got. So now y'all heard our picks. Now y'all can make your picks and sound intelligent making your picks. So now you got that. Now, coming close to the end of the show, y'all. So this is my favorite part of the show. At the Sports Time Zone, like I tell y'all every single week, we are here not only to entertain you, not only for us to just sit up here and talk sports and sound intelligent, which we are, and look really good doing it, by the way. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my barber. Got me lined up nicely. But we're also here to educate you. For those of y'all who may not know the history of sports and some of these great athletes that we are loving today, some of these great athletes that we are graced to be able to watch, y'all don't know who came before them. Who was these founding athletes, some of these greater athletes from prior generations that y'all didn't get a chance to see, or maybe y'all did get a chance to see them, but you just forgot how great they were. In today's edition of the History Player of the Week is brought to you by us here at the Sports Time Zone, and also my man, the incomparable one, Deezil Greasel. So without further ado, our History Player of the Week, Charlie Ward, brought to you by my man, Q the Beat, run the blood clot ting.
Let's get it.
Charlie Ward, y'all. Those y'all don't know, Charlie Ward was a dual sport athlete. He played football, quarterback for the Florida State Seminoles. There he is against my Hurricanes. Ooh, on a rope. That was filthy.
Yeah, it was.
One of the athletes that played both football and he played basketball. And a little interesting story, Deezil, you was telling us about, you know, his whole draft situation and what they told him that he had to convert his position. That was a hell of a throw, by the way. Fill us in on how that whole thing transpired, how Charlie Ward ended up getting drafted in the NBA.
So there used to be two things they said about a black quarterback to try to stop him from being a quarterback.
Ooh,
they used to say that we weren't smart enough, or they say we weren't tall enough. So in Charlie Ward's case, after he won the Heisman and they saw he was very smart and very accurate, they said he was too small. So they wanted him to convert from quarterback to free safety. Keep in mind, this brother just won the Heisman.
Just won the Heisman.
He wasn't a running quarterback. He was throwing the ball.
Look at that. So look at the accuracy.
Scouts was like, if you want to go to the NFL, you're going to be a safety. So Charlie Ward hit him with a polite no thank you and decided to hop into the NBA draft and become the starting point guard for the New York Knicks. And played, I think, 10, 12 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, at a high level. But
look at that. That was beautiful.
I picked Charlie Ward because all of the black QBs we love now, they 6'1", 6'2", could throw and run.
There we go. Yeah.
It was started with Charlie Ward. And
pull up jump shot.
Charlie Ward took that L and didn't let them convert him to a safety. It starts setting, some sort of precedent to where either you're gonna let the black dude play quarterback or he's not gonna play your sport. So shouts out to Lamar Jackson's mom, because y'all remember when she was trying to get him recruited, all the schools wanted to make him play
a wide receiver
or a wide receiver or a running back. She was like, my son's a quarterback or he don't play at your school.
Shout out to Bob Sura.
Look at it. We're in the era of the black quarterback in the NFL. Sadly, Charlie Ward never got to be that. But if there's no Charlie Ward, we don't get a Patrick Mahomes. We don't get a Lamar Jackson. We don't get a Dak Prescott. We can go on down the list, bro. It all starts with Charlie Ward.
Charlie Ward, and like you were saying, equally good in both sports. It's not like, clap it up for that. Charlie Ward was a Heisman Trophy winning football player. Let's put that in perspective. He won the Heisman Trophy, ladies and gentlemen, the biggest college single player accomplishment that you can win. And then he also turns around and gets drafted in the NBA in basketball by the New York Knicks. That shows how phenomenal this athlete was. So again, appreciate you on that, Q to beat. Shout out to Charlie Ward. Paved the way for some of these athletes that we're seeing today having the opportunity to play the position that they're naturally gifted to play. All right. Also, You know, we talked about Coach Prime a couple of weeks back, dual sport athlete, won a World Series with, I believe it was at the Yankees, and then turned around and wins multiple Super Bowls with the 49ers and the Cowboys. So y'all got to know y'all history, because without some of these great athletes, and that's why we call it the Sports Time Zone, because we take you back and then we bring you back. So without you knowing about some of these historically great players, you won't understand how the current players even got the opportunity to do what they are doing. So shout out to my man there, Charlie Ward. So if y'all don't know about Charlie Ward, Google him, YouTube him, go online and y'all look up Charlie Ward. So yeah, again, that was the history player of the week. Appreciate you, Q to Beat. Appreciate you, Incomparable One. Now we've come to our final 2 minutes for the segment of our show we call the 2-minute turn up. We all go around and give our last 2-minute parting words and whatever we have to say, and we just go ahead and get it on out there for these last 2 minutes. So this is the 2-minute turn up, y'all. For my 2-minute turn up today, I want to talk a little bit about Claressa Shields. Claressa Shields, ladies and gentlemen, if y'all ain't seen her fight, she's a female boxer, female boxing champion. She got hands, she got speed, she got power. She's one of the most phenomenal female athletes that I've ever seen before. I'm looking forward to seeing more bigger fights with her. I want to see her mix it up and get more exposure into women's boxing, but she's definitely a sight to see. I'm not going to spend too much time on it, but Claressa Shields, y'all make sure y'all check her out. What else we got? This is the holiday season. So what I do for the holidays, I spend the time with the family. I spend time with my loved ones, and we just show appreciation and thanks for, you know, blessings and food and air and all of the stuff that we got around us. I'm not necessarily into the whole reason behind the holiday with pilgrims and what they did to the natives and, you know, all of that. I ain't finna even get into that, because y'all know y'all massacred a whole generation. Y'all genocided out a whole generation and the nationality of people, and then moved them to a little small reservation in the middle of, well, I don't know, some obscure part of America where they probably only get to, Dakota and all those places like that. But I acknowledge my family, I acknowledge my loved ones, and we use this as an opportunity for us to all come together and show love and show thanks. So y'all make sure y'all love y'all loved ones, show love and appreciation to those, because you ain't promised another day. You're here today, gone tomorrow. In 2024, I lost a lot of people that I love and care about. So y'all make sure y'all take this holiday season to just love the ones that surround y'all, and y'all show some love and turn up, blaze your ganja, drink your eggnog, do all that, what y'all want to do. Just enjoy yourself. That's all I got. Deezil, what you got for your 2 minutes?
Hey, man, I just want everybody to enjoy their holiday season. You know, like you were saying, some people want to get into what the day stands for, what this and that. Hey, I'm black, and I think I can speak for all black folks. We celebrating a day off from work. That's what you celebrate. A day off from work, bro. You know, when things were happy to be in slavery, bro, we was happy to get off. That's it, bro. And so, hey, it don't matter who you believe in, what you believe in. Find you some people to care about and enjoy the time, because none of this is promised. I know it's been a rough 4 years financially for most of us, man. Hopefully things get better now that your boy Trump gonna fix America. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna build the wall. We gonna get the illegals out. We're gonna get the gas prices down, and we're gonna get some big groceries. Roll Tide.
Oh man, yo, good stuff, good shit, Deezil. Cue the beat. Take us home, man.
What's good? Everybody be safe out there, man. I know everybody doing a lot of travel and everything like that. Be safe, watch the highway, take time on the road, get you some good smoke, play some good music, and chill, man. Eat up a lot of food, spend time with your family. That's pretty much all I got. Let's get it.
That's what it's all about, y'all. This once again is the Sports Time Zone. I am yours truly, brother Numsi. My man, the incomparable one, Deezil Greasel. My producer, Q the Beat. Also on behalf of my man, TZ Dave, who is not here with us today. We all want to send a special happy holidays to y'all, to you and your family, from us here at the Sports Time Zone. Appreciate y'all for showing support, showing love. Make sure y'all keep hitting the like, share, and subscribe. And we'll be back at y'all next week. Until then, hey.
Shouts out to the homie Pressure. How about the fellowship, baby?
Oh, shout out to Pressure and the Pressure Points Fellowship. Y'all know what it is. We had to get that in there for you. Yeah.